Welcome back, everyone. Real Madrid beat Osasuna 4-0. Let's talk about the game, and specifically two players that I think are very important to Real Madrid this season, and them just playing well, good football going forward. I think these two players are very crucial. First, I'll talk about the game, then I'll get to those two players later on. So yeah, this game, I think Real Madrid's the best game of the season. Defensively, the best. I mean, as you can see here, Osasuna only two shots, zero big chances, an xG of 0.05. I mean, you cannot get you cannot get better than that defensively. Real Madrid 68% possession, kept the ball as well, and then four big chances, 18 shots, 3.06 xG. It was pretty much a perfect game from attacking and defensive point of view. Carlo talked about it after the game as well. He said before the game he had found a solution, and I guess he wasn't lying because this game it was Real Madrid's best game of the season. The goal scorers, obviously the main man Vinicius with a hat trick. His goals, especially the first one, was so brilliant, man. The way he fakes Herrera there, people don't give that goal enough credit. But what he does to just off-pull Herrera, not even giving him a hint of where he's gonna go, just cuts in, beats his defender, and just rips it near post. Something you see someone like Kylian Mbappe doing. His trademark finish going near post. Vinny, I've seen him do it loads of times this season. Not just this game, but he's tried to go near post a few times, even against Barcelona. We saw when he missed that chance, when he went past Kunde, turned Kubarsi, and he tried to go near post, but he couldn't. He couldn't score. But today, beats his man and then goes near post. Very good head on the ball. Second goal runs in behind. Amazing pass from Lunin. Um, First touch takes the pass to defense, and then Herrera there on that goal he takes like a little step. Vinny sees that. Vinny takes it around him. And the second goal, the third goal is all Brahim Diaz. Works hard, wins the ball, gives it to Vinny, and then Vinny again just takes it around the defense and just hits it, and he gets his hat trick. Brilliant game from him. I mean, he's had an amazing season so far. I think that's now 8 goals in La Liga. I think 12 goals in total. 12 goals in total for the season just brilliant in a Real Madrid team this season, which hasn't been great. But Vinny has been that bright spark. He's been the guy that's literally carrying the team on his back. So you couldn't ask for more from him. As Real Madrid get better, as they start performing more consistently, as they provide Vinny that foundation to just go on and do what he does every single game, he's gonna be even better. And yeah, great to see Vinny still keeping his form. Just amazing hat trick. That's now what two hat tricks in 4 games. So, brilliant performance from Vinny. Another player I want to talk about is Eduardo Camavinga. I mean, what can you say about this guy? It was a flawless game from the progression point of view, from defensively, even getting forward at times. Just typical Camavinga, what he does, evading pressure, beating people, making challenges, winning tackles that you never think he's gonna win. It was a flawless game by him, and I do think he should start over Chomeni in that number 6. Although I think Camavinga is just more than the number 6. His abilities, what he can do with the ball, what he can do without the ball. He's more of like a box to box, do it all midfielder. But I think for now, Real Madrid, I think they need his abilities at that number 6 because he's just so much more mobile than a Chomeni. Although I love Chomeni, his physical presence, especially aerially, that he brings to the team, I think his abilities will be much better used as center back now that, especially now that Militao is out with an ACL. Hopefully he gets better, but better. I mean, he's gonna get better, but Militao, stay strong, my man. You're gonna get through it. But with Militao out now with an ACL, which is unfortunate, Chomeni I think is better suited to be Rudiger's partner as center back because I'm be honest, Chomeni's best games over the past I would say few months, even to end or like even sometimes last season, I think have come as center back. So I think when he comes back from his injury, we should put Chouameni and Rudiger as a center back partnership and just let Camavinga be that number 6 and just do what he does best because his mobility, what he can offer offer the team with the ball, technically, defensively, he's got it all. And I think he showed again today why he deserves to be starting for Real Madrid. Even in the Clásico, he was one of Real Madrid's only bright spot in that whole game. So consistently, always does his thing. And I think this is around the age. He's 21. He needs to get game time. He needs to develop, especially for a talent like him. You can't be wasted on the bench. So Camavinga, I think this is kind of cemented his place as a starting spot. I hope Carlos sees it that way. And yeah, next guy, Jude Bellingham, first goal of the season. A great game. Typical Bellingham. I mean, he's just Mr. Consistent, always reliable. Does what's best for the team. Happy for his goal. Hopefully he can go on and bag a few more now. He's been unlucky, not getting his goals a little bit earlier on in the season, but it's fine. He also assisted Vinny. So yeah, everything's great for Jude. And then everyone else in the team, Valverde played many different roles. Garcia was all right, but technically still, I think you want him to be better. There were some moments, especially I remember one combo where he does with Jude and Vinny. He gets it from Bellingham, and he tries to one time it to Vinny and completely fails. I think those type of things need to improve, more consistency on that. But he wasn't bad. Rudiger, solid. Lunin, great performance. That assist to Vinny, the awareness to just release that ball quickly, amazing. Vasquez got injured, which you don't want to see because remember they don't really have a reliable right back. And then Rodrygo again picks up an injury again, something we don't want to see because it's very hard to get replacements in that spot. I mean, Brahim came in, he did a good job, but I think Rodrygo is still a tier or two above Brahim Diaz in what he brings to the team. So again, unfortunate. Uh, Again, yeah, from the bench you had Brahim Diaz, Raul Asenjo, great assist. Brahim Diaz as well, great work rate. For Vini's goal. Modric, solid game. Arda Güler and Endrick got minutes after Vini's hat trick. They looked all right. There's not much to say. With that, I hope this is building on to something good this season. Liverpool's after the international break. Hopefully, the international break doesn't really kill any of the momentum. Now the players have tasted this. Uh, yeah, they need to go on and replicate this after the international break and then the game against Liverpool, because that's what we expect of this team. They're some of the best players in the world, and they have to replicate this week in week out. Things just cannot go the way they have for the past few games, for not just past few games, for this whole season. That just cannot continue. So hopefully this is going to build on to something great. And yeah, even with all the injuries, I think I'm very excited to see where they take it from here. Now I did tell you guys there were two players that I think are key. Oh, I didn't mention Mbappe, but Mbappe, bright moments, but again, you want him to be better. But let's get on to what I want to actually make this video about. So two players that I think are key to Real Madrid playing well this season. I mean, playing good football. First one is Eduardo Camavinga. I think that should be pretty obvious because the stuff he does, the mobility that he brings in this number six position, I don't think Chouameni can replicate. I think he is Real Madrid's most dynamic midfielder. Although Valverde is really good getting up and down. When you talk about dynamism, how Camavinga carries the ball, how he evades pressure, how he tackles people, how he progresses play, how he can he can slow the game down, he can speed the game up. I think that's what Real Madrid really missed over these past few games, right? I think it was all 100 miles per hour, which is great in some scenarios when you want to get the ball high up the pitch, when you're in urgency, but you don't want to play 100 miles per hour every single game, and I think that really hurt Real Madrid. I think Camavinga brings something different. Today we saw he slowed the game down when it was needed. He sped the game up when that was needed, something Real Madrid haven't really had since Toni Kroos. So I think he needs to be there, and he brings that mobility to cover spaces when the team pushes forward, because Real Madrid do give up a lot of spaces. Again, Chouameni does bring that physical presence with his strength, with how good he's aerially, but he's just not mobile as a Camavinga to cover so much space. That's why I think Chouameni is better suited as Rudiger's partner going forward. Now that Militao is injured, I think Chouameni is better suited being that center back, doing his progression play, reading the game, because I think that he does that really well, Chouameni. I think one of his biggest strengths is reading the game, and he brings that aerial presence. If we're ever in the box, he needs to clear crosses, head the ball away. I think he does that really well, and I think that partners up with Rudiger's, I guess, more ferocious, aggressive nature really well that he brings. He's more of a laid back, calm defensive presence. So I think they partner up well. And then again, Camavinga just in front of them, anchoring everything, and sometimes having the freedom to go up when Valverde comes here, Jude comes here. So he's not stuck in this number six position, but I think he's the best suited right now for Real Madrid to play that position. So first player, Camavinga. Second player, might surprise you guys, is Rodrygo. So I said this on Twitter a few days ago that I was actually surprised with how good Real Madrid looked with Rodrygo on the pitch every single time this season, right? I was one of those people in the beginning of the season where I said that Rodrygo might, you know, he might need to be benched for the team to have the right balance, right? Because Vini is a player that prefers the left side. Mbappe is a left-heavy player as well. Jude is a left-heavy player, and Rodrygo is a left-heavy player as well. And on the right side, I thought someone like Arthur Goulet would have been better for Real Madrid since Goulet is left-footed. He can get the ball, he can cut in, try to play someone like Mbappe when he's running, try to play someone like Vini when he's running. But after that first game against Atalanta, I tweeted it out as well. I did not want Goulet in the team anymore because what I saw in that game with Vini, Jude, Mbappe, Rodrygo all combining, creating chances, I loved it. And I think that is Real Madrid need to build on that further. I think for Rodrygo playing on the right side, again, it's not his natural position, but I think the Stuttgart game really showed that he's comfortable at it now, right? He can do the job there, and I think after that Stuttgart game, a few games before that, a few games after that, I think he's looked fantastic in that right hand side, man. He's more willing to take on players. He's more willing to drop little into these spaces right here when Vasquez pushes up, trying to relieve the pressure for the team. Again, going up what Rodrygo does best is combos, 1-2s with other players, and then getting to the byline, putting balls in, which he I'll be honest, that was a problem with me to see him play a right wing, and he wouldn't do some of those things, right? He would mainly want to just cut in. He normally wouldn't want to go all the way to the byline and try to cut the ball in, which I hated about Rodrygo's game when he played right wing, but he's now more comfortable doing that. He's now more open to doing that, which again makes the team better because when all these guys are on the left side, right? When all these guys are on the left side, we saw when Jude Bellingham did it. In today's game against Osasuna, when all these guys are on the left side, Jude gets the ball. He can just switch it to Rodrygo, who's going to be isolated here, and Rodrygo can work his magic. He can go beat his man, put the ball in, or go inside, try to do some combos with someone like Mbappe, even someone like Valverde coming up, even Lucas Vasquez, which he did one or two times in the Osasuna game before he went off injured. So yeah, Rodrigo just brings, I think, balance to this team now, which I'm liking a lot. And I think Camavinga and Rodrigo, for Real Madrid to be balanced, a balanced team moving forward, to play great attacking football, I think these two just are very important to keep fit, which is a problem for Rodrigo right now. He's picked up two, I guess, injuries that have taken him that are going to take him 2 to 3 weeks to recover from. The first one, obviously against Dortmund, and now today, which will probably take him around 3 to 4 weeks, which isn't great, but hopefully recover soon because I think he's going to be very important for Real Madrid moving forward. The balance of this team, holding that right hand side down, uh, and just when the team is all left heavy, he can be there on that right hand side to create things, be isolated, take on his man, put the balls in, and I think he's adapting to that role really well now. So those are the two players I think are very key to Real Madrid moving forward. Let me know what you guys think. And we all have different opinions on how Carlos should line up Real Madrid, what should be the right team to get the best out of these players. So yeah, I will touch on Mbappe to end this video because I think, look, people can make excuses for him being in the middle, saying, "Oh, he's not playing on the left side. That's why he's not playing well." I think that's complete BS because when Vinny goes to the middle in parts of the game, Vinny looks great. Vinny looks comfortable. He looks like he can do things. He will again. We saw it in the Osasuna game. In that second half, Vinny was playing centrally while Mbappe was holding down the left hand side majority of the times. And Vinny looks so comfortable through the middle. And this is something that people don't give enough credit to Vinny for. Vinny is a smart player, dude. Vinny's like a sponge. He takes in everything. We saw the improvements in his game last season, and we've continually seen his improvements this season as well. Vinny's like a sponge. Last season, he developed playing centrally, right? We started the game against Bayern Munich, for example. He really developed his central game. If you guys remember the game against Valencia, where he held up play, played Jose Lu through. So Vinny has really developed centrally, and he looks so much more comfortable than Kylian Mbappe, which that's why I think the whole thing about Mbappe playing centrally and looking bad, or playing on the right side and looking bad, is complete BS. Because a player like Vinny has shown he can transition from the left to the middle and still look great, still help his teammates, still link up play, still play make for his teammates, and even get into goal scoring opportunities. If you guys remember the game against Villarreal, he gets the ball in these type of areas, he takes a touch and just bangs it, and then it's a goal. So I don't get how Vinny is comfortable in these areas, and Vinny's not even like a typical center forward build, because Mbappe is more of a center forward than Vinny is. Mbappe has played center forward before, but he still can't replicate some of the stuff that Vinny can do centrally, which I don't understand. But yeah, so I think people making excuses for Mbappe for not playing in the left primarily, I think it's just BS. I think it's just a matter of him not having enough confidence and his game just not being as sharp. There's moments where Mbappe will try to do things. For example, if you guys have paid attention this season, Mbappe loves doing those little cuts, right? When he fakes a defender, he'll try to fake it again with a little cut and then try to get a shot off or a pass off. Mbappe hasn't really done that consistently throughout the season. It's failed so many times, and he hasn't really succeeded from it. So stuff like that is just a confidence and sharpness issue, which I hope he gets back really soon. Because look, I love Mbappe. He's for me at his best, still the best player in the world, right? I think he's proved it over the past few seasons. I'm not gonna be one of those people that are gonna be reactionary and say, "Oh, this guy peaked at 25, blah blah blah. He was never good." No, I'm not gonna be those type of people. But Mbappe does need to pick it up, because look, you can make all the excuses for him. Mbappe fanboys want to make all the excuses for him. He just has not been great, right? Even if he plays on the left, even when he's gotten the chance to play on the left, like the second half against Osasuna, he is just he has just not looked great, right? So no excuses for him, because players like Vinny has shown to do it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. That's my thoughts on Real Madrid as a team right now. I really hope, again, this is a foundation for something great going forward. And yeah, for Carlo, hopefully he's found the solution now, how to work this team. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you guys later.